Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the National Timely Action Hour. This is the show where we talk about everything from comic books to movies and everything in between. My name is Aidan, and I hope that you're doing well today. And this is a very exciting episode for me because I am going to be discussing Batman number 400. This is a issue that I bought at Toronto Fan Expo 2025 for 40 Canadian dollars, and it is a bit pricey for one single issue, but it is an anniversary issue, and this is also the final appearance of Batman and his supporting cast before Crisis on Infinite Earths concluded, because this was released in October of 1986, and as this issue was published, Crisis on Infinite Earths was wrapping up because it ran from 1985 to 1986. And overall, it is on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being horrible, 10 being amazing. I would have to give this a 9. The only reason why it's not a perfect 10, I'll get into that, but it is one of, if not the best, single issues of Batman I've ever read. Written by Doug Mensch, illustrated by Art Adams, Terry Austin, Brian Boland, John Byrne, Paris Cullens, Mike Grell, Michael W. Kaluta, Carl Kessel, Joe Kubert, Andy Kubert, Steve Lola, Rick Leonardi, Steve Lytle, Larry Malstead, Bruce D. Patterson, George Perez, Steve Rude, Bill Sankowitz, who also did the cover, Ken Stacey, Tom Sutton, Ricardo Villegren, and Bernie Wrightson. These are all talented people, and there was an introduction written by famed horror novelist Stephen King. But getting into the actual story here, before I get into that, let me show you the beautiful cover. I originally thought it was done by Dave McKean, but I was wrong. It's Bill Sankowitz who did part of the interiors, because each page is, part of a chapter drawn by one specific artist. So it's, a couple of pages for chapter 1 drawn by, one guy, and then chapter 10 drawn by a different guy. But yeah, this was the culmination of the arc that Batman had gone on throughout the early 80s, and it takes place on the anniversary of when Bruce Wayne, on Earth 1 at least, donned the cowl for the first time, and a mysterious villain, and I'm gonna spoil this anyway, so Ra's al Ghul frees all of Batman's enemies, but before that he sent Batman a note saying, "Know your foes." And Bruce and Jason Todd, Robin at that time, Bruce and Jason are in the Batcave thinking about what this means. Jason takes a break to go upstairs and get a sandwich with Alfred, and then the escape goes off. The villains from Arkham Asylum and Blackgate State Penitentiary are freed, and they run amok in Gotham City with at first no rhyme or reason, but there is a master plan set up by Ra's al Ghul. And essentially what happens is he kidnaps, or he has, the villains kidnap people whom Bruce Wayne cares about. Those people being Alfred Pennyworth, Alfred's daughter Julia, Bruce's ex-girlfriend Vicky Vale, Commissioner Gordon, and Detective Bullock. And these people are held in a orchard where Poison Ivy and some of the other villains are keeping them, while other villains, go to the police station and take control of that, and then they deface the bat signal, light it to let Batman and Robin know, hey, come to us so we can get a ransom. So their plan is to get $10 million ransom for all of their hostages, but Joker, being Joker, is like, no, I want to kill Batman.
I hope you enjoyed your brief taste of freedom, because I'm sending you back to Arkham, you pale-faced Pagliacci.
Batman, welcome to the party! Destroy him!
So I'm not gonna tell him to bring the money. I'm just gonna say, come here or I'll kill Commissioner Gordon and all of these cops. And Batman, Robin, and Catwoman, who had a while ago, Batman reformed Catwoman. And so Batman, Robin, and Catwoman and Talia al Ghul, who is the daughter of Ra's al Ghul but who's in love with Batman, they go wipe the floor with the villains, and then they, go free the hostages. And then the story ends with Batman fighting Ra's al Ghul at his hideout in a windmill about 7 miles outside of the city. And after he's defeated, Ra's actually dies, and Batman and Robin take the people back to the Batcave, but they blindfold them, and they're gonna have like a celebration for Batman's anniversary. And Batman, throughout the 80s, had been going on this arc, the early 80s at least, up until Crisis, had been going on an arc where he is feeling worn down, but he felt a resurgence in his life after he adopted Jason. Then now we get him feeling fully renewed in his purpose, and then Crisis happens after, but that's just part of it. But I really like how Bruce and Jason, how their dynamic works, and I really like how Batman completes his arc, because the latter half of the Bronze Age was very focused on that, and I really appreciate it. And overall, it's just a great story. The only two complaints I have is that Nightwing is not in this, and that Bruce did not get a kiss neither from Selina nor from Talia, but that's just me. But yeah, okay, so I'll bump it up to a 10, but those are the two complaints I have. But yeah, overall, fantastic story with gorgeous art from a lot of talented artists. Here is one example. And here's some more. But I like that we get to see all of the major rogues, because it's the last time that Batman is gonna see them until the world ends and the reboot happens. But yeah, I'll give it a 10 out of 10. It's just I have those two minor complaints, but those are just my personal tastes, because Bruce does reunite with Dick during Crisis, because the Teen Titans and the Justice League all team up. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this issue. If you've read it, please leave a comment, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Ring the bell to be notified. Hype this, and in the description you'll find links to my Patreon page and merch store, as well as my social media profiles and my podcast. So please consider checking out those links if you would like to show me some support. But thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and I sincerely hope that you all have a wonderful day. Bye.